Welcome to My Hobby Prison. Today we are going to learn to work with this stuff. Some Rustoleum. The weather's starting to break. Springtime, it's getting warmer, and I'm going to paint Whiskey Juliet, but I'm going to use Rustoleum. We're going to practice first though on a car hood to figure out how this Rustoleum stuff works. So I don't know if y'all can see how well this has been knocked down from that red Scotch-Brite. I think it's about 600 grit. Should be enough to add some traction for the new layer of paint, but next step is put some wax and grease remover on it, tape off part of it. We're not going to use the whole hood. We're going to experiment on it, see if it works. If it doesn't, we've got another part of the hood we can use. I suppose we better talk about what we're going to be using on this project. Besides my air compressor, it's just a selection of sanding papers, masking papers. If we get it right, we're going to clear coat it and see how that turns out. Some stuff for the air gun, paint mixers, of course, paint, of course. I picked up the hardener. It's just a generic hardener, mixing cups, gloves, of course, strainers, wax and grease remover. The acetone thins the paint, and last but definitely not least, a mask. Well, not really a mask, a respirator. All right, it's time for more of my scary math. And since we're not going to be using we don't have a very big spot to paint, we're just going to be using a small amount of paint. So I decided on 75 millimeters would probably be enough. And we're going to mix it to a ratio of 5 to 2 to 1/3. So we're going to say 5 parts paint, 2 parts thinner, and 1/3 part hardener. So the total parts are 5 plus 2 plus 1/3 are 7 1/3. 75 divided by 7.3 equals 10.27. Each part is 10.27. So we need 5 parts of paint. 10.27 times 5 is 51.37. 10.27 times 2 is 20.54 milliliter. Acetone 10.27 times 0.3 equals 30.8 milliliters of hardener. We add all of these up, it should equal somewhere near 75. So 51.35 plus 20.54 equals plus 3.08 equals 74.97. So we should be good with our ratios. Next thing to do is mix up our paint, get our gun set up. Look at this paint. I don't know if 5 to 2 is going to be thin enough. Our mixing ratio said 51.37, so just a little bit over 50. Right there is our mark, and we'll just go a little bit above that. Or I can scoop it out with this little cup. Maybe that's what we'll do. Of course, I put paint over my number. Nice, Vic. Very good. But I also have to remember this is Rustoleum. It's not like P&G or something. There's our 50 mark. And looks like we're just a little bit above it. Now we need 20 ounces of thinner. Okay, our ratio is about 20.5 mils of thinner. And so we're about, there's our 20 mark. Can you see it? 3 mils of hardener. I just picked up this hardener off of Amazon. I know you guys can see all that orange peel in there. Let's see if it flows out. That's what we're trying to do, is experiment. It's a lot of orange peel, but that's only one coat. It says you can recoat it in 24 hours. I ain't waiting that long. It's really, really orange peely. Dries to the touch in 5 to 9 hours. But I put that hardener in it. That's without any hardener. I think I'm gonna put another coat on it in 5 to 9 hours, and then take a look at it tomorrow, see if it's fully dry. Maybe it's sandable. We're gonna find out. You know, it mixed up easy, and you saw how it sprayed. I'm not sure if I showed this last time, but it sprayed great. That's a damn near perfect pattern, and it was easy to mix. Hopefully it'll work out. That orange peel's really bugging me. If I have to paint Whiskey Juliet like that, well, we'll see how it flows out. I got a really good paint gun too, so it's probably not that. We're gonna wait 5 to 9 hours, check it, put another coat on it, see how it looks in the morning. Hopefully that hardener helped. Well, it's been 3 hours. Time to touch is 5 to 9 hours. It's 3, so we're gonna put one more coat on it because we're supposed to wait 24 hours for it to dry, right? Well, if it dries to the touch with hardener and acetone in it, then safe to touch in 5 to 9 hours. It was 3 hours. So let's just say it's half the time, because my math isn't good enough to figure it out. So half the time. It took half the time it said it would to become okay to touch. That would put us at half the time of 24 hours to be okay to repaint. So we're gonna repaint this at 12 hours, which would be about 2:30 in the morning. So I'll be up at 2:30 in the morning. We're gonna put another coat on this. As far as the orange peel goes, it's still really orange peely. And you can see the sanding scratches at 600 grit on there too. But we're gonna put another coat. Maybe that'll cover it up. And then we'll wait another 12 hours and we'll see if we can wet sand it. Good morning. It's 2:36 a.m. 2:37 a.m. Putting on that second coat of that gray. Before we spray it, just to show you, it's not as orange peely as it was. It's still not very good. I probably didn't hit the record button when I sprayed it, but I got a drip right there. See it? I tried to get it up with a paper towel. That didn't, but look how orange peely that comes out, but it's smoothed out as it dried. We'll see if it does it again. That's 2 coats. It's a little colder. Well, it's a lot colder. It's probably 10 or 15 degrees colder than it was this morning or this afternoon.
The next day.
Morning. Saturday. I don't know if you can see this or not. My reflection, but really, really orange peely. And it's colder. It still feels just a little bit sticky, like it's sticky enough I wouldn't want to sand it, but you definitely can hold it. Definitely temperature makes a big difference, but we're gonna move forward. We're gonna peel this side off, try to take this part off, see if that'll be all right. And then we're gonna paint a different color on this side. Curious to see if that paint will come up with the tape. This is really cheap Temu tape. Maybe it'll pull that paint up with it when we take it off. So just a little more wax and grease remover. Pretty early on a Saturday morning to start with math, but here we go. We're gonna do 75 mil. That's the total amount. And we're gonna have, we had 7 1/3 parts last time. We're gonna add more thinner. So now we're gonna have 8 1/3 parts. So there's still 5 parts. So let's figure out our parts amount. So 75 divided by 8.3 equals, that's 9, well, 9 per part, 9.04 per part. 5 parts paint. So we get 9.04 times 5, 45.2 paint. Now we're going to have 3 parts thinner, 27.12, and finally the hardener, 2.71. So if we add this, and this together, we should come up with around 75. So we're good on our ratios. It's time to start mixing paint. I don't have a beaker, scientific beaker. Maybe I should get one. We're just gonna get close. So our paint needs to be 45.2. We're just gonna go up to this line right above the 2. This paint does not mess around. It is really thick. And I've got this little tiny cup right here. Got these on Amazon, 27.2. We're just gonna go right under the 30. See it? I don't know if you can see it. Right under the 30. Last but not least, the hardener, 2.71, and another small cup for the hardener, 2.71. The least amount we've got is 5, so we'll just fill it up. Maybe just under where the number of the 5 is. Well, that's way too much. Probably close enough. Doesn't take much hardener, I guess. You know what? So far this has been pretty easy. The worst part about it has been cleaning that gun. These are Harbor Freight tools. Paint cups. They're not PBG or 3M. So they're kind of funky to work with a little bit. Just got to be mindful of what you're doing. It should be locked in place. I think we're okay now. Tack rag it this time, which I forgot to do the last time. It's not a paint booth. Well, wow, that is really, 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 really orange peely. Pretty color though. Let's see if it flows out. We're gonna come back and check if it's dry to the touch in about 2 hours, which I doubt because it's cold here. Probably 50 degrees. You're not supposed to be painting that, but this shit takes so long to dry. I gotta get it down. We're gonna check it in about 3 hours, see if it's dry. Maybe we'll get lucky. Well, I don't know how right this is, but I got my spray pattern. Fan is turned clear down to 10. That's going to cause a lot of orange peel, but that's where the spray pattern looks best, so we're going to try it. But there's a lot less orange peel in this, except for right here. I don't know what happened to the paint down here, but that's paint that's causing that. Stuff just a lot of orange peel in it, doesn't it? You see that? Well, we're gonna let it dry 12 hours and come back and paint again, put another coat on. It's been about 15 hours, so I know it's dry. I just wanted to check out the orange peel. Yeah, it flows out okay. There's a lot of debris in this though. It was really windy yesterday, and I forgot to tack it before I sprayed it. So I'm gonna hit it with some 600 real quick, and then mix up some paint and respray it. Wax and grease remover. Still there to help dry it off. Along this orange peely up here, where there's more paint. It doesn't matter, it's really orange peely. Right, it's been about 12 and a half hours. Getting ready to color sand this. This didn't turn out so bad with the orange peel. It's still orange peely, don't get me wrong. So we're gonna color sand it. We're gonna start with 600, go to 800, and then on this section we're gonna do 1,000, and then we're gonna coat it with 3 coats of clear. But that mixing formula, the 5 parts paint, 2 parts thinner, and a 1/3 part hardener, seems to work out well. All I'm doing now is rinsing this with clean tap water. The other stuff I had some dish soap in it. So I'm just gonna clean that off with tap water. I'm gonna touch this edge off with some black marker. Definitely hit it with wax and grease remover. We'll let that dry off. We'll hit it with the tack rag, close the garage door. I'm gonna put my mask on now so you won't hear me, but we're gonna hit it with the tack rag, and then we're gonna spray it with 2 to 3 wet coats after I adjust the spray pattern on the gun. Man, it's very orange peely. Except for up there, it's better. I don't know why. I mean, I don't think I adjust the speed of my gun much. We'll let it flow out. 5 to 10 minutes between coats. It's a little cold, so we'll wait 10 minutes and we'll put another coat on. All right, it's been 10 minutes. It's flowing out a little bit. It's still really dry right here. This side looks okay. You'll notice I forgot to put the tack rag on it again. I don't know why I can't remember to do that, but we're gonna spray it anyway because, well, we have to. All right, last coat. Let's start down here this time. It looks like it's flowing out a little bit. We'll come check it tomorrow before we wet sand it. All right, orange peel. I haven't done anything to it, but it flowed out pretty nice. Gosh, you just can't see anything. That right there that you're seeing is a dent. Oh, nice. Well, it's not been enough time and it's cold, so that's okay. We're gonna sand it out. Peel the tape off. We'll see when it's time to wet sand. It's about 12 hours later, and you know, there's not a lot of orange peel in it. Definitely not factory, and it's got if you can see it. It's got a lot of dry spots. I mean, this looks dry. Anyway, I gotta go to work. We come back and color sand it out on this whole side. See how it turns out. Been several hours since the clear coat's dry, so we're going to wet sand it. We're gonna start out with 800 grit because we've got to cut it right there. And then we're gonna go 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, and 2,000, and then we'll buff and polish it. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but there's a lot of these little tiny spots that look like they're deep, and we didn't give them sand. So I'm gonna go a little more aggressive. I'm gonna use 600 wet dry, try to knock it down a little bit. Then we'll do 8 again, and we'll go from there. And I'm gonna get some wax and grease remover, see if I can get these tape marks off. I don't think you can tell, but most of those little sparkly fisheye thingies are gone. You just kind of barely see a few here and there. And that's the end of the 600 grit. So we're gonna do it over again with the 800 and so on. You'll notice some of these spots where I went through. That's because I got tired of sanding and I took my double action and tried using that, but you can see that didn't work out very well. Burned through a lot of spots, but oh well. Like I said, this is just practice, so it's okay. 800 grit, here we go. Okay, that is the end of the 800 grit. Man, it's looking pretty dull, but that's what we want. That's 1,000 grit. Okay, that's 1,200 done. Now we're gonna go to 1,500. This has been cut. You can still see some dullness in there, but I'm hoping some buffing compound will bring that out. That's next, buffing. No, it ain't bad. Where can you see that? It's still cloudy, but got rid of, I'd say, 90% of the fish eyes. Am I happy with the result? No, I'm not. If you want a cheap paint job, yeah, I mean, it's sprayed okay. That looked crappy the way I did it, and spending all this time buffing and polishing it has been pointless. I'm not happy with it at all. You can still see scratches. Maybe I need a different polisher. I don't know. I mean, it's a good one. I'm gonna try to buff it out some more, but I don't think it's gonna make any difference. That's it. Won't get up too close. I mean, you can see all kinds of non-good stuff in there. I have cut it with compound, cutting compound. Use good equipment, good products, and I mean, it's okay. You know, if you're a better painter than me, and you probably are, I'm sure you could pull it off. But I don't think you're ever going to get a show quality finish. But I figured it's probably going to take me about $200 using Rustoleum to paint Whiskey Juliet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I'm not going for a show. Jesus sucks. I'm not going for show quality, obviously. You wouldn't be using Rustoleum, but you know what? It's doable. It didn't turn out good, but it turned out passable. I give it a C. I'd give my effort an A. I really, really tried hard, but I'd give the results a C. Well, this is what I've learned. I'm a banana head, and I don't know what I'm doing. I do things that I don't know how to do. I probably should stop. What I've learned is there's a lot of stuff on YouTube about how to mix Rustoleum paint, and I found the 5 parts paint to 2 parts thinner to 1/3 part hardener really works good. It's probably the best. I tried a couple of different mixtures. That one sprayed the best. The other thing I learned is you need to set up your spray pattern. It needs to be spot on. Next thing I learned is you gotta tack that off. I caused myself a whole lot of work in sanding because I didn't tack off the surface before I painted it. I also learned that you can do a 2-tone Rustoleum paint job. You can tape it off. I learned you can put a 2K clear coat over the top. And I think if you're a good painter, I'm not, you could probably do a lot better job than I did on this. If you're going for a budget paint job, if you've got $200 and lots or more time than money, then this is the way this would work. And it would be okay. You're not gonna win any car shows with it, but it'd be okay. Tempted to sand it all down again, down to 1,000. And put 2 more coats of clear on top to see if we can get a better finish, but I don't know if I'll go that route. I put a lot of work into this, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and sanding and stuff, and well, I'm disappointed. But you know what? I didn't buy good paint, and I think that has a lot to do with it. Anyway, I think this video is done. I haven't decided yet. I'm not a perfectionist or anything like that, but I am disappointed in the way it turned out, to be honest with you. It was a good learning experience, and I am going to paint Whiskey Juliet with Rustoleum. I just am. I don't have $1,000 to put into a paint job on a car I'll probably ruin, so I'm going to use that. Anyway, I am going to say I think that's all for this one. If you guys stayed to the end of this, if you listen to me ramble, I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys get out there and maybe try some things that you've never done before. It's good for your soul. Even if things don't turn out the way they did, at least I wasn't sitting around watching TV. Thanks again for stopping by my hobby prison. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned what to do and what not to do. Well, mostly what not to do. I don't think I did anything right. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you'd like. I'd sure appreciate it. And put a like on there if you want, if you liked it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.